Episode 25! And we're still alive. Barely.
Just about.
Whew. Rough night.
So drinking in your 30s isn't fun.
It's awful. It makes you feel like absolute dross. Luther Van. Dross. Awful.
It is a humbling experience.
I don't even feel sick. I just feel really tired.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I was touch and go for a few moments this morning.
Like a cat in a spare room.
Like, propping myself up on the wall, like, you know, trying to...
One of them. The wall.
trying to keep it down, because I think once the floodgates open, it's a write-off.
It's bull as well, because you could... I know, like, it sounds like Jumanji's upstairs and my kids are awake and the spare room fills all of it because it's below.
Yeah.
I thought, you can sleep for a little bit. My kids are up at 6:45, man. I had 3 hours sleep, probably less than 3 hours sleep.
I just want you to know that the moment that your children awake is the moment that Dan Dukes awakes.
I think the whole street wakes up, to be honest.
We just love bouncing on the hardwood floor.
God, I'm going to get carpet next time, I think.
Please.
Not cream carpet up the stairs because it's annoying trying to keep clean, to be honest. I don't know why that's relevant to anybody, but, you know, this is what I do. This is me, this is I.
But yeah, we're fully showing our age, and it's pretty embarrassing.
Pathetic.
We even had to sneak away for an hour.
Yeah, for a nap together.
On the same sofa.
I said to my wife, I was like, where's the best place for a nap here? Because we're getting nothing done, podcast-wise, while we feel like this. And there was Kip was advised.
It was. And it did the job to some degree. I still feel like a vice is squashing my head from either side.
Pressure.
Yeah. Steaming.
Steaming? Love that term, man.
Steaming. What's some of the jokes terms? Bladdered.
Bladdered. Guide. Pissed as a newt.
A newt? Why?
I don't know. Do newts get pissed?
Rat-arsed.
Rat. British terms.
Where did all these come from?
Wired.
I don't think that's drink.
That's a bit of the hard gear.
Bit of the old...
Scarface. Tony Montana stuff.
Snow.
Yeah. But yeah. What are the other British terms for wired? Keep talking, I want to have a look.
Leave some in the comments, because we're bound to not think of any.
No, we are.
Drunk. Pissed. Obliterated.
Alright, you stay with me. Come on. Drunkard.
Drunkard. We use that a lot.
Yeah. Pissed. Arsehold.
Arsehole.
That's a good one. Rat-arsed. Stinking.
Stinking drunk.
Half-cut.
That's one from back home.
He's off-cut. Trolleyed. Hammered. Wasted. Bladdered. Mullered. Love it. Blottoed.
Blottoed?
Yeah, if you never use that one.
No.
Blottoed, yeah. That's a good one. It's a posh one, that is. Absolutely. I went out last night and it was on the wine and like completely
on the
blottoed.
Chardonnay.
The Chardonnay got completely blottoed. I don't know why I'm blinking loads. It's blottoed. Like Boris Johnson does it, didn't he? I reckon he says blottoed.
Blottoed.
Went out the other night for a couple of Guinnesses with the lads and got completely blottoed. Goes with the air, actually.
It does.
Yeah. Maybe I'm his son. Sozzled. Never had that one.
Oh, yeah.
That's buggered.
I don't think we're going away from being drunk on this one.
Yeah. But that was the British slang words for drunk. If you didn't know, what's your favourite?
Yeah, we're bound to have missed some classics there, so drop us a comment. Let us know what you and your mates refer to the old drunk state as.
Because sometimes it can get a bit personal and like niche. Yeah.
I think buggered is borderline.
Yeah.
Get back to you on that one.
Good telly. Yeah, drinking your 30s. Absolute heroin.
You know, I think we've always, throughout life, you know, throughout our teens when we were growing up, early 20s with work, there's always an element of like shame the next day.
Walk of shame.
Well, it's all these things, yeah. It comes into it, and it's comments that people say around, like, you know, we wanted to sneak off for a nap, and like your wife like made comments like, "Oh, you're pathetic. You're really showing your age," etc. And then that kind of anxiety comes into it. You know, you're like, "Oh, regret. What did I do? Did I say anything stupid? Did I go too far? What am I doing?"
Like, if you think my oversharing's bad in normal life, when I'm pissed, I reckon it's tenfold. Oversharing, like, just talking about that people shouldn't even know.
Loose lips.
Stupid. I hate myself when I'm drunk.
I feel like I turn pretentious.
Yeah. We did that. We had a lot of creative chat last night. So.
Talking about past projects but like, just want to put a disclaimer out there. We have never done an episode drunk.
Never.
So
Get your hands off YouTube. Get us for anything, mate.
there might always be drink around, but we've never done an episode.
That's because I don't drink that. Yeah. Doing a
Blottoed.
doing an episode completely blottoed, old chap. But yeah. Because I don't drink. I only drink when you're here. And that's like an odd couple of cans. I can't remember the last time I've drank heavy by choice with you when I came into your house.
Yeah, it was a nice vibe though. It was summer. We were out on the terrace.
Yeah.
I think it was the moment we discovered the Dicaprio. Then we were just having nice drinks and stuff, but we didn't get,
I'm much more of a pub pale ale man now than going out getting clubs and God, the thought of that makes me feel sick.
dancing around with children.
Yeah, that's the thing. You'd have to ID them, wouldn't you? if you were single, you'd have to get in. You'd have to ID them. You'd be IDing on before you get a taxi. How old are you? There's the proof. In this day and age.
But can you actually remember like the last time that you actually did get full rat-arsed?
Yeah.
Go on.
I had a work to do when I was working for a company, and I hadn't been out in years. And it's a free bar, summer. Free bar, drinks all night. And I went out at 4:30, had nothing to eat all day. And I was mixing rum and cokes, ales, and I was lying down in the bus stop being sick. My wife's sister had to come and pick me up. Humbling.
How was that, like, the discussions?
Pathetic. My wife had to go to work and I had to look after the kids. So my sister-in-law had to have the kids. I was out of the game. Pissed myself.
You pissed yourself?
Pissed myself.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow.
That was humbling. Pissed all over my sofa. Pathetic.
Pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what... you deserve that anxiety for that.
It was embarrassing, to be honest. I think it was still daylight when I was being sick. I was probably there 2 hours.
Last time I got in that state as well is quite similar. I think it might be for a lot of people like our age bracket. You go out with work, and not that you get pressured into it, but you want to show up.
Show up and show out.
And most often it's a free bar. Mine was a free bar, and there was like basic things available. So there was like pale ale, prosecco, and like maybe a certain cocktail, but they were all on tap.
Wow.
So it was like a mini bar, but everything was on tap. But the only glasses that they had were pint glasses, and everyone that was with was drinking prosecco. So I was drinking pints of prosecco. I was in London as well, and I have to travel home outside of London, so it's a big journey.
Please tell me you got a taxi.
No, I got the tube, and then I got
That tube ride.
I remember getting off at one point to stand on a platform. I can't remember whether I threw up, but when I was on the train home, I threw up then all over a seat.
All over a seat?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then I just remember Amelia picking me up, and then we had to stop on the way home for me to get out and throw up again. And yeah, I was out the game for, I'd say, a couple of days after that. That's another thing that no one prepares you for.
the next couple of days.
The amount of time it takes to recover from this. Jesus Christ.
I remember I used to be awake for like 2-3 days at a time.
Mate, you used to shoot films after an hour of coming in. Little did I know that he was going out. You know, I thought, Mom, maybe he's going to take this serious. He's going to get some shut-eye, some reflective contemplation time before the workday. No. He'd get in at 6 a.m. I'm at his place for 7 a.m. And now, still in the same clothes, stinks of booze, wired.
Did my best work.
Best work.
So if you're going to direct a film, do it pissed.
Bladdered.
Blottoed. That's going in the title somewhere.
Blottoed.
Blottoed. Maybe we will get blottoed one day for Patreon one day.
I don't know, mate. If I'm
There's
gonna
be some real tears.
If I'm going to be feeling this way.
We'll put some sad music on. Right? But we'll schedule it so we do one podcast. We'll get faced. And then cringe at the edit the next morning.
The thought of that quite literally makes me want to commit suicide.
Yeah, it's so good, though. We'll come back to this concept.
But no, I think that's relevant. Like, taking back the power of the way that you feel and stuff the next day. Because I feel like a lot of it's feelings that other people put on you. So then, like, yeah, you know, there's that element of like self-inflicted pain and stuff. Because that's essentially what it is. You know, you know exactly how you're going to feel the next day, but you do it anyway.
Oh yeah, you do. Because it's fun.
It's the best time. I had a great time with you last night. It was incredible. Talking about things we haven't spoken about for years.
Yep.
You know, connecting on things that the base of our friendship was built on.
Yeah.
You know, like film and creative. When, you know, we were doing that, it was like a...
pitching ideas.
Yeah, it was a free reign, you know, comfortable zone for that. I mean, I don't remember most of it.
No.
But I feel good about that. I just don't feel good about the way I'm feeling. And the way that people make you feel about the way that you were. You know? So maybe it's time we just take back that power, mate.
Yeah, take the power back.
You know what? Yeah, I do feel but you know what? I had a good time.
Yeah.
Take back the power.
Power is yours.
Even outside of drinking, I feel like it's so important for us to take back the power of certain words and phrases. This is a complete fork in the road 180 conversation. I don't care. I'm hungover. I'm going to do whatever I want. But, you know, it winds me up when people flag us up and flag people up for words that they use, you know, in a non-malicious way. We always say, you know, we're not experts, we're experienced in this, etc. Like, we want to create an environment and a space where people are just free to talk. And with that, we don't want to be talking and feel like we're in a minefield. Because this space is very much littered with mines.
Yeah.
If I'm having a nice, jovial conversation with you, I want to feel empowered to be able to do that without someone saying, "Ooh, can't say that. Can't say that." Nah, I'm going to say it. If I want to say something is mental, I'm going to say it. What's the harm in that? Oh, that's mental. That's crazy.
And people get actually offended by it.
But, you know, when you're using it in such like a passive, non-malicious way, you're just describing something as something. I'm not saying you're crazy, you are. I'm not saying it in a malicious way. I'm saying this is crazy or this is mental. You know, or this is wild.
Like I feel that way when my wife gets annoyed when, like, I say, so if me and you were messing around, and I would just be like, "Oh, shut up, you."
It's a very thin line.
It is, yeah.
You know, and that's probably one that potentially crosses the line. But I get the sentiments behind it, my guy. I get what you mean. I do. But that's it. You know, you're not hurting anyone by saying that.
Yeah.
And
you don't mean it.
No one's there to take offense. You know, hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Mm.
Whoops.
But yeah, it's navigating conversations and feel like you're not in a minefield, speaking freely. But with that, obviously, comes an element of responsibility, not to be, just so stupid with things and purposely saying things or saying things that are completely out there and mad. Oh, there's another one, mad.
Yeah, don't say mad. This is the problem as well. People enjoy. They don't enjoy, but people choose to be offended over stuff that isn't meant in that way.
Or even they choose to be offended by something that has absolutely nothing to do with them anyway.
Yeah.
They're just choosing to be offended because you said something that society deems as offensive. It's because we built up this culture of almost needing to be offended or needing to continue like pull people up on things because, I don't know why it is, to be honest. It's people being the martyr and, people thinking that they're the fun place or whatever, but, it's not what we should be doing. We should be encouraging open and honest conversations and facilitating for safe spaces with our friends and stuff,
I feel the same when, even to the extent of like, if someone was to do an impression of somebody and they were to impersonate an accent, where people take real offence to that. But if you sound like them and that's how they sound,
yeah, you're not adding any, would they be deemed as like offensive traits to it, or you're not doing an offensive mannerism with it or anything. You're just doing the impression.
Comedians get for doing impressions and stuff, and it's just like, now these are anecdotes of how people sound.
But I don't know where this is going from here. I'd love to think of some kind of call back to the whole hangover thing, but if there's other experiences that we kind of do and have, but then after some time or after the next day, there's like shame associated with it.
Yeah.
Drugs, probably.
Drugs. Did some of them back in the day.
That's probably not one you should be taking the power back from.
No?
We'll leave that one.
That's leave it in the drawer of regret. We're young. We experiment with these things. It happens.
We were young once.
We're over 30 now.
As we are feeling.
Yeah.
I think we've still got a bit of sauce left in us.
Bit of sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole phrase of like steaming.
I get it. Pause.
I get it, man. It's coming out of me. I'm hot.
It does, did it? Why do you sweat? Is it coming out your pores?
I imagine. I don't know.
I had a cold shower I did when I got up.
Did you?
I felt good.
For a moment. So you needed a nap.
For a moment, yeah. Then I got out and adrenaline wore off. Thought of coming in, pressing record on a podcast makes me feel ill.
And that's why this episode is so scatty and all over the place, because...
What people don't know is as well, this is the second take of this episode.
Because I think we genuinely were steaming the first time.
It's the second take today. And it's like... The universe is trying to this podcast today.
I think you should stop playing the victim.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's not about you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I think gave me the energy to come into this studio and to do this episode?
What?
That bacon, egg and cheese sarnie that you made me.
Yes, sir.
That was enough to bring someone back from the dead.
What is it about like breakfast and like McDonald's more so that makes your hangover that much better?
Grease, salt, cheese, just good stuff, to be honest. All the good stuff.
It reminded me of when I was doing like a health van with a mate, and I was serving healthy food. The amount of working man that would come up to the van and be like, "No grease," and walk off because they wanted a sandwich.
Actually,
yeah, no grease.
Yeah, I don't know where this is going from here, mate.
I don't know what the point was, to be honest.
We felt like we owed an episode. You know, we decided to be selfish for one evening, but we decided to show up.
And that's what it's all about.
It's about showing up.
It's about showing up.
For your friends
Be there for your pals.
but also for the thousands who are watching at home and the millions in attendance.
I like that quote. I've heard it somewhere before, though. Yeah, we had a fun week this week, and I feel like that's important as well. Sometimes you just need to let your hair down.
And maybe you're listening to this episode hungover, and you're fully on this journey with us.
And you can sympathise with us for getting blottoed. But yeah, like, I've had a good week. You've had a good week. And I feel like sometimes we're going to have these positive weeks.
And we're going to celebrate them with a few cheeky Dicaprios. Is what we're going to do.
Some of that.
Mm.
Some of that sun. Where does that come from?
We're culturally appropriating Hawaiians by doing that.
1 second.
But then if you put it this way, you're drinking a cold one.
Right.
Or we could just be offending deaf people again.
Italian hand gesture, apparently, for drink.
I thought it was this.
That's just when they're moaning, isn't it?
I'd like to issue an apology to Hawaiians, Italians, and deaf people everywhere.
Yes. You have a big apology.
This isn't a podcast for you.
No. Sorry for listening to this. And he said that.
Mm-hmm.